Hey Capricorn, welcome to your December 2024 mid-month reading. We're just going to go ahead and get started like we always do and jump straight in. I hope you're doing well. I do want to announce that I am running a sale for my personal readings. All of my personal readings are 20% off at this time. So if you're curious or interested in that, that link will be down below in the description. You did pull the second house card. It says resources. So your resources are being highlighted here in this reading. The second house deals with our values as well, our possessions, and also it deals with money, things related with money, just things that have value, of course. You pulled this adventures card here as well. So there could be some form of an adventure here coming up for you in December. May have already happened, could be happening right now. And this does make a lot of sense. It is holiday season, so this could be travels or doing certain spontaneous things around the holidays. You pull this emotions are running high. This card keeps coming out a lot. And this card is a full moon, and we are having a full moon on the 15th here in a few days as I posted this video. It'll be in Gemini, and it will be in your, what house is that for you, Capricorn? It'll be in your 6th house. The 6th house does pertain to obstacles, but it's interesting that this full moon will be with Jupiter. And so Gemini rules information, communication, conversation, and the ability to be able to make new connections. So you could be getting a lot of information here that helps you formulate new connections to help you overcome some type of obstacle or challenges that you've been facing here. It makes a lot of sense that the second house card came out here because your second house is Aquarius and Venus is there right now. And Venus likes the second house, right? So and Venus has very similar themes to the second house. I think, so it makes a lot of sense. There's things coming up, if I were to say, there's things going on in regards to money and trying to figure out how you can make more money, or things coming up in regards to even like your well-being. You could be wanting to, focus more on yourself. Let's see here. You pulled this 3 of Pentacles here. You pulled the Hierophant as well. Let's see here. But I would say Venus and Aquarius in your second house right now, with Pluto's also there, so there is an emphasis being put there even more. That, yeah, I think you're really trying to devise newer ways here. You're trying to become eclectic in regards to how you can think, or how you can figure out newer ways in which you can create resources for yourself, or what you should do with your resources, what you should do with your money, what you should do with the things that you have. I like this read though. You have the 6 of Wands here in the future, then the Lovers here in the outcome. It's actually a pretty good read. You pulled the 7 of Swords here, but it's in your current energy at this time. I don't get a negative energy off the 7 of Swords at all, just based upon the surrounding cards here. And I'll talk about that here in a moment. I will say though, the only thing is self-sabotage and not deceiving yourself. And what I mean by that, something that I think it's talking about here, is doing what's right. As soon as you feel like something is not in alignment with your morals or your ethics or the principles in which you live your life, to go against those things would be to betray yourself. And I feel like Spirit's saying here, like, don't totally sacrifice yourself or betray yourself in a situation. I think it's important for you, Capricorn, to just stay with integrity here, with inside yourself. It doesn't feel like it's like a big thing. It just feels like it could be something minute here. All right, let's take a look. You pulled the second house card. It says resources, and we're about to jump into the tarot, but I do want to really go through these oracle cards again. Again, I think there is an emphasis here on your money, your resources, the things that you have at this time, and trying to figure out what you can do with them. What you can do with them. Because I get here with the 3 of Pentacles being your overall energy. There's definitely something that you're working on. You're trying to build, you're trying to create. So you have some form of objective here that you're trying to get done and accomplish. And so I think you're just trying to figure out, okay, like what resources do I need? How can I go about accumulating the resources that I don't have? So, to ultimately be able to, get your objective done here. You have this adventures card. I do pick up intuitively that there is some type of travel or some type of adventure happening for you, obviously. And I do pick up it could be something in regards to the holidays here. And even if you don't celebrate the holidays, you could just be in the month of December finding yourself being more adventurous. But the overall vibe I get off that card is your ability to be able to enjoy something here. And I'll clarify, of course, and get more. You did pull this emotions are running high. Like I said, we are having a full moon in Gemini. It'll be on the 15th. It'll be with Jupiter. So, of course, Jupiter is a planet of amplification. It expands things, right? So you put the moon there and it's like, whoa. And it's in Gemini, so it does deal with stimulation, curiosity, information, conversation, communication. And all that that's going on here is going to help you establish and understand newer things. It's going to help you form newer connections here. And it's in your 6th house. So this could be helping you here understand certain obstacles and challenges, how to overcome certain obstacles and challenges. Some of you could just be like surrendering. You're like, you know what, this is not even, this is not even worth it. But it doesn't feel like a surrender. It's not a surrender like in a way that it's a defeat. It's more so being like, oh, okay, yeah, it's time to just let that go. So, all right, you pulled the Strength card here in your in the position of the good stuff. Well, the Strength card does speak to courage. So I think you're finding more courage here to pursue the things here that you want, or to take the actions here that you need to take for yourself. And that makes a lot of sense because the Strength card is Leo, and right now we do have Mars retrograde in Leo, and it is, I forgot what it's doing here specifically, but anyways, I don't want to like spend too much time or be too slow here, but I can't really, it's not really doing anything in the transits, obviously, besides retrograding, right? But it is actually retrograding back and trining the North Node. So, and the North Node's in Aries, so this deals with yourself and understanding what it is that you want for yourself and allowing yourself to be your own individual here and take courageous action in regards to the things that you want, especially the things that are going to make you happy here. So, for one, I do see you having an increased amount of inner strength here to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. You have the 3 of Pentacles here for the overall energy for the rest of the month. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles is, okay, it's your goals. It's the things that you're working on, the things that you're building, the things that you're trying to accomplish here. And I think right now at this time, you're very much in your Capricorn energy, right? 3 of Pentacles is Capricorn. It's Mars in Capricorn. So I feel like you're in a very Mars energy, like I said, with the Leo energy, with Mars being in Leo, retrograde. So I think you're very much in this energy of, okay, you're being ambitious, you're taking the lead, you're asserting yourself here and doing what it is that you need to do for you to be able to accomplish what it is that you want. So I like this. You have the Hierophant here in the position of the good stuff here as well. One thing I see with this Hierophant here is you becoming enlightened, Capricorn. And the Hierophant is wisdom. So you're getting deeper knowledge here, which is basically enlightening you here, just to keep it simple. And I think also too, you could be meeting a mentor or a guide here this month that could be really helping you here further your endeavors through some type of resource that they are offering to you. It could be material, but it could also be information. It can also be wisdom. It can also be education. Whatever it is, it's going to help you here get further your endeavors with this Hierophant. You have the 7 of Swords here in your current energy at this time. I don't get this at 7 of Swords being negative. There's no indication of negativity in the reading so far. So I get with the 7 of Swords, this is just you having to formulate newer strategies and tactics here and having to go about something in a strategic way with the 7 of Swords. And you could also be reevaluating things at this time as well. Mercury is retrograde, and sometimes I really do see Mercury retrograde as a 7 of Swords energy, because Mercury deals with the intellect and how we formulate patterns and how we make new connections based upon information. And with it being retrograde, it really puts the emphasis on that, to like rethink things, re-go over things, right? So that's the Seven of Swords. Like, okay, I have to adjust, I have to reevaluate here. You have the King of Wands here in your challenge, and then you have the Seven of Cups as your advice at this time. The King of Wands is, I think Spirit's wanting you to embody the King of Wands temperament. King of Wands is someone who's confident, who's charismatic, who has a vision, who is confident that they'll achieve that vision, and also someone who is a visionary. So I think right now your goals at this time need reformulation. You could be reformulating your goals based upon newer information that you're getting here. And I think right now too, a part of yourself is changing here, Capricorn. Like the way in which you relate to things is changing. And that it makes a lot of sense, right? The sun will come into your first house, right? The sun will come into Capricorn, right, on the 21st. But right now it is in Sag as I'm doing the reading until then, which is in your 12th house. And the 12th house is really the undoing of the self. And that can lead to self-enlightenment or can lead to self-undoing, right? Because sometimes we formulate a self and we become, we create that structure, like we have a structure of ourself, who we are. But if we're too rigid or if we're stuck too much in that structure, well, the 12th house shows us like, hey, we need to like go within and become more aware of other things here and not get so caught up in ourself, which could be helping you here, like see things differently, which leads to self-enlightenment. I think also too, the self-undoing. I think the only thing to be aware of is not to self-undo here. Because I get here the Seven of Cups being your advice. The Seven of Cups is the power of the imagination. Now is the time for you to really open up your imagination to newer things. And the Seven of Cups, it says use your imagination. Seven of Cups is your desires. Imagination sparks desire. And if you don't know, right, Seven of Swords being in your current energy, maybe you're like, okay, I need to like refigure some things out. I need to be creative. I'm going to have to like be eclectic and make some changes here. The Seven of Cups says access the power of your imagination. By accessing the power of your imagination, you'll become aware of things that you'll be interested in, or you'll become aware of things that will spark a deeper sense of desire to create, whether it's new things or whatever the case might be. You have the Six of Wands here in the future position, which is good. It's a card of success here and your journey remaining successful. So Six of Wands isn't anything new, I feel, for you, Capricorn. It's already something that that you're going through at this time. But I do see you being able to move forward successfully. Like your journey here is still moving in a successful direction. I see you being able to feel confident and sure about that in the future here. You have the Lovers here in the outcome position. I think you're getting clarity on your path here and the direction of things. I don't see this Lovers as something like totally new that you're starting, right? I just think you're unaligned right now. And I think you're making adjustments so that way you can realign. And which makes a lot of sense with the Seven of Swords being in your current energy. You're like, okay, I need to evaluate and re-strategize and come up with better ways to do things. And I see you being successful in doing that with the Lovers here. Like finding that alignment again. The Lovers can be love. I do want to say if you're single, I don't really feel like this is a couples reading. If you're single, you could be getting more attention here. Like people, you may be noticing people basically wanting to engage with you, right? Or your awareness is going to be that people are trying to talk to you or people want relationship with you. And I think with this Lovers here, you could be finding someone here that's a good match for yourself. You pulled the Justice card here in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here. Yeah, it's right. I wish you can see this. I don't have the overhead cam. I know some people are like, man, Austin, bring back the overhead cam, or we want to see the cards. I don't have an overhead cam. I'm going to have to get a new one. I'm sorry. I wish I did, though. You have the Strength card, Seven of Swords, and the Justice card all lined up here. This is about staying in integrity with who you are and not stepping outside of that. Because the Justice card is, in the tarot, it's the field of intelligence. It's the infinite field of intelligence. It's the universe observing you. You can't get away with what you're doing energetically, right? So that's why the Justice card is karma, good or bad, right? Things that, actions have consequences. So I feel Spirit's saying here to stay in integrity here, stay honest here, and don't deviate from your path, and don't do anything deception based, which I don't think you are, but it is saying just to be aware of that. Let's see here, Capricorn. You pull this, be authentic, your way is the only way for you. And again, that's what I was getting. The second house can point to self-esteem. And not saying you have bad self-esteem, right? But whenever we start not acting in alignment with who we are, ourself, because the first house is self, the second house points to self-esteem. Whenever we are not, and they're connected. So whenever we're not in alignment with ourself, our self-esteem starts to become lower and lower and lower. As soon as we start portraying ourselves, right, we sacrifice ourselves too much, or we do things we don't want to do, right? That eventually takes a toll on your self-esteem. So I feel Spirit is saying be authentic and go your own way with things, and don't give yourself away or do things that go against your own morals or values or principles. You pulled this fourth house card. It says home here. One thing I see too is I do see in your reading you're establishing a stronger sense of connection with yourself at this time. And I think I see you being more grounded here, Capricorn. You could have been feeling more uprooted lately, but I see you being more grounded or becoming more grounded here. I almost kind of get, that Seven of Swords can be like a disconnection of self because it is an Aquarian energy. And it's moon in Aquarius, and the moon does relate straight to the fourth house. The moon also deals with our inner self and our inner world. And so I think there's a part of yourself that there's certain aspects of yourself I think you're disconnecting from. Maybe there's certain aspects of yourself that you feel disconnected from. But ultimately what I see you doing is like you're formulating a new self here. And I think it really is revolving around the area of like your values. You pull this as time to release negativity. This is a full moon in Scorpio here. So yeah, I think there's some underlying energies that are brewing here for you in December. Full moon in Scorpio can be very intense, right? I have moon in Scorpio, so there's always something kind of, it's just intense. It can be intense. And with it being a full moon, it can be even more intense. And so this would be actually letting go of the negativity and like letting go of emotional baggage and attachments to things that are causing you pain. So let's clarify your read here, Capricorn, and let's take a look. Clarify the strength card here in the position of the good stuff for Capricorn. You pulled the Page of Cups here. I see you getting more encouragement and support here. Or you could be getting encouragement and support, especially if you're wanting to make changes with the Seven Swords being in your current energy. You could be getting positive feedback for that. I also think though you're finding inner encouragement to allow yourself to be flexible and fluid and to make changes. Clarify the Three of Pentacles for the overall energy. You pulled the Nine of Cups here. Overall, I feel like it's a successful month. I think the positive does outweigh the negative here for the rest of the month with the Three of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. The things that you're working on and you're dedicating yourself to and that you're being disciplined with here. The Nine of Cups being here, I see you being content with the way things come together, or you just being happy and satisfied and fulfilled with yourself because you're actually doing the work and actually doing things here to build things. And I think that's it doesn't even matter about the material outcome, I feel, or the material, like whatever the outcome is. It's more so what it's making you feel spiritually. Clarify the Hierophant here in the position of the good stuff as well. You pull the Knight of Pentacles with the Hierophant. Yeah, every time I see any type of card that deals with forward movement with the Hierophant, it really is about, okay, you're getting things, whether you're getting resources, especially the Pentacles, right? Because the Pentacles deals with resources. You're getting resources here that are helping you further your cause, that are helping you further your endeavors. That's what the Hierophant would do. That's why we seek out mentors, guides, teachers, coaches, people that can help us further our development with things. So I see you being able to further your causes and further the developments of things here and make practical progress. Although it could be small, it's like it's enough. Clarify the Seven of Swords in your current energy. You have the Chariot. Yeah, another card about moving forward. The Chariot with the Seven of Swords. I think this is you just... I think your mind is starting to become a little bit more open to... becoming a little bit more curious to examine new things. And examine new ways forward. Whether external situations are enforcing that on you, like, hey, this isn't working, we're gonna have to like do something different, and so that's why you could be trying to come up with a new strategy. Or this is you being like, okay, my mind is actually becoming curious about like maybe going in a different direction with things. Clarify the King of Wands in your challenge. You pulled the Three of Cups here. I think your challenge at this time is, man, I think you're wanting, the very important Capricorn, I feel Spirit saying here, the outside validation and approval of what you want to do could be the challenge. Because I think you're wanting to make everybody happy. Or maybe you're tying like your self-worth and self-esteem to the external things, like what people think and feel about what you're trying to do or what you want to do. Which it happens, right? Like let's just say, like I'll give you an example. Like let's just say, you know, a group of friends, a community, whatever the case might be. You know, they're used to you being a certain way and doing things a certain way, but a part of yourself is changing or wants to change or wants to do other things. But in a way, you could be thinking to yourself, well, if I do those things, then are other people going to approve of it? What are other people going to think? Right? And if I don't have their acceptance or their approval or their appreciation, you know, that makes me feel bad. And so I don't want to do it. But I really sense here that, again, with that Page of Cups Strength card being here in the position of the good stuff, you actually have, you'll actually get the support. I think you'll find the support, or people will be more encouraging or more supportive with what you want to do. So yeah, let's see. Clarify the Six of Wands here in the future position. You pulled the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles is the accumulation of results here, and I think you'll be pleased with the outcome of how things come together. And I also think you'll become more confident in, you know, really being your own authority to, you know, do things the way you want to do it. I think you'll feel like you're ready with the Seven of Pentacles. But the way something progresses, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, the way something progresses is something that you're working on building. The growth that's being cultivated is going to make you feel successful. Clarify the Seven of Cups here. Actually, yeah, let's clarify the Lovers here, actually, in the outcome position. You have the Eight of Cups here. Yeah, and the Eight of Cups is the Wanderer in the tarot. And what is the Eight of Cups ultimately seeking? You're seeking God. Love, devotion is all, it's the highest form of love and devotion, where it would be God. And the Eight of Cups is a spiritual card. So it's Saturn and Pisces deals with spirituality. But Saturn is the work that we have to do to really deepen our connection to the divine and to become more aware with the Lovers here. And so I see you finding your way here and finding more peace and harmony with your path and your purpose. I don't get a strong love energy. I gotta be real. I know some people are like, man, also you never read love. If it doesn't show itself in the cards, I'm not gonna say it. But I think you're finding love for yourself. I think you're falling in love with life, or falling in love with something here in your life. And the Lover's Eight of Cups too would be divinity. to where the things that it's like you're in sync with nature, and you're in sync with your own nature too, instead of being disconnected from it. Clarify the Seven of Cups as your advice. You pulled the Seven of Swords. Yeah, Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups. This is really about allowing your mind to be open to different types of desires. And I really get this, Capricorn, don't tie up your self-worth or self-esteem to what other people want and expect of you. This is not about, I think this is you like just being an individual, allowing yourself to be an individual and understand that everybody's different and you're different. Clarify the Justice card. You have the Three of Swords here in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here. Yeah, Three of Swords reflects to us the reality in which we don't like, right? It's not pleasant. So the Justice card says you have free will and free choice here, and to never forget that, and that any wrong, you can make it right. But it's about doing the right thing, justice. And that's what Sagittarius really is. If you think about it, Sag season, it's your philosophy on life and how you're practicing it. Right? That's why it's connected to morality, principles, ethics, virtues. That's why it's also tied to like things like religion and all that stuff. So one thing that I feel Spirit is saying here to be aware of is that, you know, you do have the ability here to overcome any type of setback, betrayal, defeat, failure, or even shame. But it's all in how you take action and taking the most and doing what is right. So, well, we went long on this one, Capricorn. But Capricorn's patient, so thank you, Capricorn. All right, I'm gonna leave you here. But otherwise, the overall energy looks really good here. You know, I just think there could be these little things though that there's problems. So I think this is you just fixing those things. All right, that's what I got for you, Capricorn. I'm wishing you the best. If you want to book a personal reading with me, again, that link will be down below in the description. If you're newer to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe. Also hit the notification button bell as well, so that way you get notified whenever I upload your video. And if you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button for me. Otherwise than that, Capricorn, I'm wishing you the best, and I'll see you in your next video.